A lot of you asked me, Ronny, can I create a Canva website that also collects email addresses? Well, the answer is that today, as of June of 2022, Canva doesn't allow you to do this. But the good news is that in this video, I'm going to show you a simple 9-step process that will allow you to create a Google form, a Canva website, and mix them together to collect people's email addresses. All right, I have my espresso ready. Let's do this. All right, so step 1 of this process would be to have both your Google form and your Canva website copy ready to go. Okay, this is super important. I believe copywriting is always a crucial ingredient in any marketing messaging. I have decided to create my website and my Google form for promoting my brand new Canva Master course. I've been working very hard on updating the Canva Master course on Udemy, and it is almost ready. So I want people to give me their email addresses so that when the course is live on Udemy, I can message them and they can purchase the course if they have never purchased it before, or if they are already enrolled in the course, they can revisit the course because it's going to be a brand new course. Okay, so this is the project I'm going to be using as an example. You know me, I like to use real life examples. So for this project, I figured out that I needed a website with 4 pages. Okay, I want to keep the text to a bare minimum, and this is what I have. Okay, so this is the bare text. So let me go over this very quick with you. I will have a homepage, which will be the landing page where people will arrive when they log on to this specific URL. And the homepage is going to say, it's coming soon, discover Ronny's fully updated Canva Master Course. And then I will have a button or a call to action right there on the first page that says, get on the list. Okay, my second page is going to give a bit more information and context. It says a complete makeover. It took me forever, but I'm almost done updating my best-selling Canva course on Udemy. And then I have a couple of bullet points. And then I want people to understand exactly what they will learn in this course. So I have a third page for that with the content of the course. And then the last page is my main call to action, which by the way is the same button and same CTA as on my first page, but I want to repeat it because this is where I want people to click. Okay, so it's the text is very basic. It says, don't miss it. Click on the button and leave me your name and email via the form to be notified when the course is live. So that will be all the copy for my Canva website. And then we also need to create that Google form that will allow us to gather people's email addresses. And don't worry, I'm going to show you step by step how to create that Google form, but we needed to come up with the copy. So I'm not going to go over everything. You will discover that when I actually create the Google form, but that's the copy ready for that as well. Step number 2 is to prepare all the visuals you will need for your landing page. If you do that beforehand, then you won't spend too much time looking for images once you're designing your website. So what I've done here, I have actually uploaded all the visuals that I will need for this website in a specific folder. Okay, it's called Website Ronny, so that when I'm designing in the Canva editor, I can go to this specific folder and access all of my visuals there. Now, that will work only if you're a Canva Pro user. If you're not a Canva Pro user, no worry, no stress at all. You can still do this. You just have to upload all of your visuals via the Uploads button. There will be no way of storing them into a folder because folders are only for Canva Pro users. So that is step 2, basically prepare all of your visuals. Let me take a cup of coffee. We're getting there. Step number 3 is to start from the appropriate template, okay? Because why reinvent the wheel when Canva has so many good website templates? So for that, I'm just going to type in website in my main bar right here and select this one right here with the little website icon, like 1366 by 768 pixel. So I'm going to click here. So from the result page, the way I usually go about finding and picking the right template is I go with my guts, okay? I scroll down and I see if something catches my attention. I envision a very clean website with a photo of me. So this one immediately catches my attention. I'm going to preview this website by clicking on the 3 little dots, and I'm going to click on preview the website. If you click on it, it will automatically open it in the editor. At this stage, I just want to double check that this website has what I need basically for my website, my 4 pages that I need. Okay, so I see some stuff that I could use. I like this. I like this hierarchy of text. I like this style of button. So I'm gonna click on customize this template. Okay, this will open the template and load every single page of the template in the editor. You can see it's a new Canva website because there is no space between the 2 pages here, or any of the pages per se. So a lot of you guys also have told me in the comments, I don't have this new publish as a website feature. Well, if you still don't have this feature, don't panic. It is normal because Canva hasn't officially launched Canva website yet. I'm pretty sure Canva is going to roll out the Canva website soon, so you should all be able to follow along. All right, so I have the first template. I'm gonna come back to my search right here because I feel like I will be needing a second template. There is something I couldn't find in this specific template. That is the page 3 that I want to design that covers kind of like the table of content of my course. I didn't see any page that would allow me to do this quickly with this specific template. So I'm gonna click this time on a filter right here in the left column. I'm gonna click on business and start filtering. I would love to display the full table of content of my course in a page, in one single page. So looking here under business, if I can find something that could help me do that. Oh, I really like this one right here. So let me preview this template. It's just actually one single page. It's a one-page website, but it does have these blocks with the colors 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which could work. My course has 9 sections, but 2 sections are kind of part of the same section. So this could definitely work. So I'm gonna start this template, but also open this in a new tab. Okay, so now I have this website right here and this other website right here. So that was step number 3, select the right template or templates for your Canva website. Step number 4 will be to customize these templates and really design my own website in Canva. And this is probably the step that is going to take most of your time because you will need to design every single page of your website, but you already have your copy, you already have your visuals, so it shouldn't take too long because you've already done the heavy lifting, and it also depends how much you want to customize these templates. So me, I'm going to skip this part because I don't want this tutorial to be too long because I have this tendency to make very long tutorials and I don't want to waste any of you guys' time. So this time I'm going to skip this step, but I'm going to show you the final website and I'm going to explain how I got to there, okay? So this is the final website. I have transformed this first page right here by simply getting rid of the photo. I detached it from the background, I deleted it, and I basically styled these text boxes so they look like my brand colors and brand fonts, okay? And I added my visual right here. Again, this is page number 1, my home page. I have my button, my call to action, okay? It says get on the list. And I have used 2 Canva stickers, one to highlight that this is a fully updated course, because this is what the entire project is about. I want my audience to know I have updated a course which has been selling a lot on Udemy. So it's a complete brand new course. So I want to focus on that word updated because in my opinion it is very important. And I've used a Canva sticker. So to find these kind of stickers, you can simply go to your elements right here and search for doodle stickers or doodle sticker and filter by graphics. Okay, so once you filter by graphics, this is what you should see. And then you can easily find one that kind of looks like the one you're looking for. Click on the 3 little dots and see more. And there you go, you will find all of these cool stickers. And I recently discovered that stickers now work with websites. So I went ahead and used these stickers to bring some creativity, some fun into my website. Also, you will notice that I put a guide right here in the middle, and I make sure that every text box right here or my photos stay on their side of this middle line, because if they don't, then you will have some problems when you view the website from a mobile phone, okay? So the Canva websites are fully responsive, which is great, but they will need to respect some specific placement, I would say, for your text boxes, your images, so that they look great on mobile as well. So page 2 right here is my complete makeover. So I have the thumbnail of my previous course, or my current course on Udemy, the Canva Master course, which is becoming now the older version. And I have put a preview of the new thumbnail for the course that I just designed last Friday. Okay, so, and I added this sticker right here behind the thumbnail to kind of continue these hearts flowing right here. So yeah, let me show you. I'm gonna bring this forward so that you can see. It's just a sticker that I found in Canva, but to make this original, I pushed it behind my thumbnail so it seems like the hearts keep flowing. Okay, so I have my copy right here with my 4 bullet points that kind of explain people what's new with the course. And then on the next page, it is the transformation of this website right here. Remember the second template that I found in the library? This one right here. So I selected everything. I copied it, Command-C, Control-C, and then I just came into my Canva website document right here and I pasted. And then I just styled every single box so that they are on brand. I am using a brand kit right here because I'm using a Canva Pro account, which is Ronny's brand kit that also matches the visual identity of the course. So here, there's nothing clickable. It's just purely informative page. And then the last page, don't miss it. So I've centered everything in the middle this time. Don't miss it, my copy, and then the button, which is the same button as on the first page. I made it a little bit bigger because this one is kind of like the main one. Get on the list. I added another sticker. Okay, so this one, to find it, I believe I searched for tap sticker. Yep, so tap sticker, you get these kinds of like little fingers tapping or cursor pointing and clicking. So I use that because I want to see people that this is actually a button and this is where they need to click or tap in order to access my Google form. All right, and then at the bottom here, I added another page. So this is actually a page, another page of my website. So if I go to all my pages, you will see page 5 with this weird looking thumbnail right here. It's actually a page that I reduced. I reduced the dimensions of this page. You see, with this handle right here, you can actually make your sections or your pages larger or smaller. So I made it as small as I could, on like as small as Canva allows me to go, because I only needed to have this text box right here that says back to top. I really like to add these kinds of buttons in the footer of my websites to allow people to simply click and go back to the top of the website. They don't have to scroll all the way back. So it's just like something to make the experience a little bit easier on the user. And you would see I used one of the visuals that I had prepared and I used it twice. So I flipped that photo. So this is the original, and then this one is just a copy that I flipped horizontally. So I have this effect pointing to the button. And that's all there is to it, really. So I spare you all the designing of this because you will be creating your very own website. Step number 5 is to make sure everything is on brand. So again, what I did here, I used my brand kit because I'm using my Canva Pro account. I created my brand kit, which is actually a brand identity I developed for the course that I was updating. So I went ahead and used that. So 3 dominant colors and then 3 neutral colors, nothing really fancy here. The main color is obviously the yellow right here that I use for my personal brand. And then making sure it is on brand also means to create some consistency in your website. So respect the text hierarchy. Okay, so your main title is in prompt black 54. So make sure all of your main titles respect this text hierarchy. Here, I had to make it slightly smaller. You see it's not 54, it's 48, because otherwise 54 would have been very big right here. But people cannot really tell because the difference is not that big and they still look good. So sometimes you have to make little compromises like this one. What does it mean also to remain on brand? The style of the photos. You will see I used a black and white style on every single photo that I used. So that is mainly because I wanted to match the aesthetic of my course thumbnail, but also I feel like the black and white is a really good mix with the yellow background. So I like this kind of contrast between the yellow and the black and white photos. So I went ahead and made sure that every single color photo was indeed black and white. So I applied the same filter on these two photos as well. So that's pretty much what there is to it. So that was step number 5, making sure everything is on brand. Now let's move over to the second important document we need to design, and that is our Google form. Okay, so to create your Google form, you will obviously need your Google form copy. So start with this. Have your Google form copy ready, and then head over to your Google Drive. I am here on my Google Drive homepage. Just a reminder, Google Drive is completely free to use. Just go to drive.google.com and you can start and you can have access to Google Sheets, Google Docs, Google Forms, all of this good stuff. All right, so what I want to do is to use the plus button right here and create a Google form. See? So just click on Google Form. So from there, you will arrive on this basic Google Form page, I would say, with a basic form already started for you. So yeah, you will have to simply start adding your questions, adding your sections. We will be adding a header as well. So let me show you how Google Forms work. If you never made a Google Form before, it is relatively simple. So for example, we have here the first box with the main title of my form. So this should say, I'm going to copy my text right here. This is your form title. And then you have your description. So go ahead and paste that description as well. So that's why you need to have all your copy ready, so you can just copy and paste it. So that's pretty much good. Like, I'm happy with the first box, like the introduction to my form. Now I can start adding my questions. So you see an untitled question, so you can click here. And the first question that I have, if you go back to your copy right here, is my first name. So I just need to collect people's first names. Okay, short answer, that's good. And then Google gives you the option to make that question mandatory. Always turn that on. So for such a form, I do believe that you need at least people's first and last name, but also their email addresses. And you will also need some sort of consent at the bottom, mentioning that people agree to give you their email address and agree to receive an email from you. That will protect you from any future problem, basically. So to add another question, just click on the plus button that says Add Question. So I'm going to go ahead and create all of my questions here. I'm going to skip forward because this step is quite boring. Now for this last question right here, where I ask people, are you okay with us sending you an email? I'm going to choose multiple choice answer and then customize each of the options right here. All right, I have pasted all of my copy here. I have my form ready, okay? It doesn't look great so far. There's no visual and doesn't look on brand. So I'm going to start tweaking. Just to remind you, every single question is a required one, so it's a mandatory question. And yeah, so just make sure yours are mandatory as well. Otherwise, people won't fill up that specific field and you will end up with some missing information. All right, so the next thing you want to do is to head over this little customized theme button right here at the top of your form. So once you click here, you will see a couple of styling options. First, you will see the first section here says header. So Google Forms actually allow you to add a custom header. So what we are going to do in a minute is to go back to Canva, design that header that will look on brand, and come back and upload that header to my Google Form. But before that, I just want to style this a little bit more. You see, you can choose a theme color, and the last button right here allows you to add a custom color, which is perfect because I want to add my yellow here. So for that, I'm going to go back to my website right here. I'm going to click on the background and click on the button right here, the yellow color, you see, and then I can, by hovering over this button right here, I can see the hex code of my color, FFE816. So heading back, FFE816, and then enter, and then boom, magically you have styled your Google form right here. And you can also play around with these other options right here. So you can have a lighter background, middle, or a more like yellowish background. I'm just gonna go for the middle one. And that's pretty much all the styling options you have within Google Form. So what we are going to do right now is head back over to Canva and create our form header. Okay guys, I have done a little bit of research for you and I figured that the perfect dimensions for Google Form headers is 1600 by 400 pixels. Okay, so remember these dimensions, and for creating our Google font header document, we are going to use the custom size button right here. So 1600 by 400 pixel. Create a new design. Okay, so this will create a design with the exact dimension of my Google Form header. So by now, you know that you can upload a custom header to your Google Form. You have seen how to create the right dimensions for your document in Canva so that your Google Form header will have the perfect size. And now it's really a question of you designing that perfect header. You can see here, if you click on the templates button, that you have a couple of templates as well. So you could go with a template. Me, I decided to go ahead and use something very similar to my course visual identity again. So the way I created this header right here, very simple. I used a grid, okay, that covered the entire header. Then I used this visual right here. I dropped it in the grid, and now I had this base, which is the same base as here. All I had to do is to use my custom fonts to create my main title, subtitle, and I use one of the visuals from the folder with all my assets. Remember, website Ronny. So I use this image right here. Got rid of the background because I'm using my Pro account, use background remover. But you can really create your very own header up to your taste. So once you have everything ready here, you can download this page 1 of your document. Just go to your share button, download. Just make sure you choose the PNG or the JPEG format. I like to use PNG. So you download that and then you head back over to your Google Form and you upload your header. So this is what the Google Form will look like with the header uploaded. And I can see it looks very good. I have all of my questions. I have my custom color, my branded color here in the background, and also some highlight right here. Okay, at this stage, I feel like I need to show you how you will actually collect the emails via this form. And I figured the best way to show you is to actually fill up that form that I created. So there we go. I'm gonna add my first name, last name, and email address. Okay, I'm gonna agree to this and submit this answer. Okay, so I have received this. Your response has been recorded. Perfect. So now if I come back to my Google Form, I can see that there is one more response right here. It says responses 11. Previously it said 10. So if I click here, I can see my responses and I can browse through them individually, or I can have a summary with some data and all of that good stuff. If I click on individually, I can flip through all of them. So if I find the last entry on this form, the one I just entered right now, this is how I could collect this email address. So I could simply select and copy it. Or if you want to do this at scale, I highly recommend that you export your data into a spreadsheet by clicking on this little icon right here. So let me show you how the spreadsheet would look like. It would look something like this, and you will have your different columns here representing the different data points that you collected with your form. So from here, you can select one or multiple columns, copy that, and import that data into your email management software of preference. For me personally, I use MailChimp, but there are a ton of different softwares out there that allow you to import data, import email addresses via different methods. And one of it is to copy paste the data from a spreadsheet. You can also import a CSV file, etc., etc. But I thought it would be interesting to give you a peek under the hood so that you understand what's going on in the background right here with your Google Form. So once you get to this step, you are almost ready, my friends. So it's time for the last sip of coffee and let's wrap up this project. And by the way, if you find this video useful, smash that like button because I have worked very hard on preparing this tutorial for you guys because you've asked for it. So I worked my butt off to really put it together. So go ahead and hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't done so yet. All right, we are almost there. Step number 8 is to simply grab the URL of this Google form and use that in my call to action on my website. So where do you find the URL? Well, very easy. Click on the send button, and then from here, you will click on the second tab right here, the link one. You can shorten that link, so you have a shorter link, and you copy that, okay? Now I'm gonna head back to my website. I'm gonna click on the button right here, and use the link button and paste that. Okay, I already had the link pasted, but basically you paste the link in your button. Little trick right here, make sure if you have, like me, a button which is made out of a shape and a text box, make sure you paste your link on both the shape and the text box. These are two different elements and you want all of the surface, all of this button to be clickable. So make sure you have your text box, but also your shape with that link, okay? So do that for this button right here and for the last button in the last page, or any of the calls to actions that you have on your own website. And then also one thing, don't forget, if you have done the same little trick as me right here, to add a last page with a back to top button, make sure you add a link to this text box right here as well. Otherwise, people will see back to top, they will click on that and nothing will happen. So make sure you select that text box, go to your link button, and this time you won't paste a URL, but you will select a page from your document. So if you scroll down a bit, you will see a section that says pages in this document. Click on the first one that says page 1 and then hit enter. That is very important. Don't forget to hit enter. I've seen this question as well before, like, hey Ronny, I paste my URL, but then there is no apply button. If you paste a URL or if you choose a page to which you want to jump to with the button, just hit enter and that is as good as apply or confirm or anything. There's no such button anymore. So just hit enter. All right, we are almost good to go, guys. We are in the final step, which is to publish your website. But before we do so, we need to make sure everything looks on point. So for that, you are going to use this very useful feature which says preview right here. So click on preview and Canva will allow you to preview your website from different devices. Okay, so this is the desktop preview. Looks great. I can test my buttons. I can see that this one works. Let's click on this one as well, and it should open my Google form. So I can see that everything is working here, which is great. But now let's really test this further and see how it looks on mobile. So you see I can select between desktop, tablet, and mobile. I'm really interested to see how this looks on mobile. And this is where, remember, I told you, like, respect the alignment and don't cross the middle of the page, because if you do, everything will look broken. But if you do respect that by putting a guide in the middle of your page, making sure your text boxes, your images, they stay on their side, it should look like this. So I have the first page, the home page, then I have the two thumbnails, the stickers are working, complete makeover, my bullet points, my core structure, and you see how this page with all the different blocks is nicely aligning. That's the beauty of using a pre-made template, because it's been made by a designer and tested. And then I have the last one right here, my last call to action, my last button or my last sticker is working, indicating this is a button. This works as well. Go to my Google form, and my back to top button is working as well. So we are now ready to publish this website. And once you are, just click on the publish as a website. So I'm gonna click here. So this is what you should see. You have basically 3 different options. I'm not gonna go in details over these. Again, I have created another video about this. The link will be right here for you to discover this other video. But for now, I'm just going to publish this as a free domain, okay? So you can publish as a free domain, purchase your own domain via Canva, or use an existing domain that you already own. I'm gonna go for the free domain, click on continue, and I'm going to tweak this slug right here. The slug is what comes after the slash. So my website will be ronnyhermosa.my.canva.site / and then I'm gonna rename this. I'm gonna say 2022 Canva Master Course, okay? So it says updating the URL will break any external link. Ignore that message, which is completely fine. I can add a favicon right here if I want to. So I can change this little icon right here. Okay. Gonna use this little guy right here. That's my traditional profile picture. Click on done. Okay, and you can see now it is previewing right here. And you can give your website a proper name. Okay, so I'm gonna call this Ronny's Canva Master Course 2022. Next, you have a box to write a description. So in this box, I'm just going to quickly write, get on the waiting list for Ronny's 2022 version of the Canva Master Course. Okay, that's good enough. I will not tick any of these boxes. I'm just going to publish this website. Canva will prepare my website, and once it's ready, give me a URL, and that would be it. We should have our website ready to go and ready to collect emails. So let's give this a try. I'm gonna click on that button right here. All right, so this is the link to my website. It looks great. This is the published website. And remember, this was a real life project. I literally just finished the production of this course last week. So it's almost ready, and you can use the link in the description and in the pinned comment to leave me your email via the Google form that we just created. So once it's ready, I will send you an email and you can check it out if you're already enrolled in my Udemy course, or if you're not yet enrolled in that course, you will have an opportunity to buy it at a very good price. So make sure you leave me your details via this Google form. And phew, we are done, guys. The coffee is no more. We have completed the 9th step of this process, and I really hope that by now you have your very own website ready to collect people's email addresses. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, give us a like if you like this video, and also I will leave you a playlist right here with some other videos on how to create your website with Canva. Make sure you check out the website, you sign up for the course, and I will see you in the next video.